And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the dumpster fire that is Screwbucket Thick Riffs. I'd like to welcome everyone who is joining us tonight. Hello, Swift. Hello, Paramount. And let's start this a little quick. So tonight, at least to start, we have the ever lovely Popcorn. Popcorn, say hi.
Hi.
So, real quick, before we fully get things going, those who have been watching the last few streams know that that there was a little fic made by Swift and Popcorn. And apparently Swift has been bugging Popcorn about the fact that the epilogue hasn't been shared.
Oh. Okay, so we are doing this then.
Yeah, might as well. It's like super quick. Just have to find where I put it. Ah, there it is. You know, this is a story that needs to be told. So here we have me with the bandages, and there's no trace of it. And I'm relieved, and ah! Damn it, Swift. Okay, Swift, I hope you're happy. I hope you've been satisfied.
Yeah, darn it.
Hello, Ians. So tonight, you know, I was lazy. You know, like last week, you know, I've been onboarding the new company. It's been really uneventful. I could have been spending that time looking for a proper fanfic to riff on. But instead, I was like, hey, what's a fic a YouTuber I follow's done? Oh yeah, Crash Bandicoot High School. We'll do that. So yeah, this one is confirmed to just be really stupid and fun. And oh.
Oh, what?
Oh, I just realized that that's embarrassing. I just realized that the full version of your epic was never posted to Art Showcase, despite the fact that I said I was gonna post it.
Oh, whoops.
Alright, we'll fix that later. So, so as you know, tonight we're gonna take it easy. I had a nice dinner of pepper steak, and I am hot off the heels of some good things happening. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna have some fun.
All right.
So we're gonna start out with the character list. There isn't really much here to talk about. It's just a line down of who all the people are. This will mean very little to people that don't already know Crash Bandicoot lore. And let me move the camera. There we go. Now when I'm actually reading the fiction, it'll look like I'm reading it to you. You know, like a good host should be. So, the author, in this story, Crash and most of the other characters are human. They are in high school. This first chapter is simply a list of characters and their role in the story. I know he said most of the characters are human. No, they're furries. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Go furry or go home, damn it. So, we got Crash, who is, of course, the most popular guy. He's a class clown, the student body president. he's in the 12th grade. So he's a senior. Which I presume means he's 18, which means that there's a good chance you're going to see Crash Bandicoot fuck somebody. He is also the quarterback. So I just want to point out, so he is the most popular guy in school, the student body president, and he's the fucking quarterback. Wait, hang on. He's the quarterback of the 12th grade football game.
I'm trying to unpack that sentence currently.
So does that mean that he's the quarterback of like the 12th grade segregated team? Like only 12th graders are allowed in the team?
Well, it says.
Oh no.
Football.
Yeah, football game.
Yeah.
So I guess. Oh, know what it is? All 12th graders are required to participate and get brain damage. So the role of the quarterback is to tackle as many people as possible. That actually does fit Crash, though, doesn't it?
A little bit. Student body president, though.
Yeah, no, he's supposed to be kind of stupid. Coco Bandit. So she's super smart, also in the student body, and she's on the track team. Crunch Bandicoot is in the 8th grade. He's not a high schooler, and he'll only have a small role in the story, but we're mentioning him anyway because, you know, fanfic. Oh god. Aku Aku is Crash, Coco, and Crunch's father.
He's adopted.
That's Aku Aku. For those that don't know, Aku Aku's a fucking mask.
Yeah.
So, does that mean he gave a woman hardwood? That joke was just sitting there right in front of me, staring at me in the face. Wait, what's this? Aku Aku, The Secret of Easter Islands is a 1957 book by... I don't care. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, this is rated M.
Yep.
So, yeah, well, remember, all these characters are supposed to be human. Which brings to mind, why the fuck is this a Crash Bandicoot fanfiction if you're gonna make them all human? Alright, I have to run to the bathroom real quick. Nat, go through the other characters while I'm gone.
Okie dokie. So, Aku Aku. Along with that, we also have Neo Cortex, the evil science teacher. He is a fail at life and lives in his father's basement with his daughter. Engine, Neo Cortex's student teacher. He is constantly failing at the simple tasks Neo gives him. Uka Uka is Neo's father, which he is also a mask. So, much wood around these parts. Tiny Tiger is the gym teacher, I can see that. Dingo Dio is the school bully in 12th grade. Which, I mean, both Tiny Tiger and Dingo Dio were Dr. Cortex's minions. Shouldn't they be, like, in the same age group? Whatever. Polar is Crash's pet bear. And Pura is Coco's pet tiger. Because, you know, you can just keep those two as pets. Jury's out on whether they have a lion, though, to complete the joke. Nina Cortex, Neo's daughter. She is really mean to everyone and is in 10th grade. Ripperoo is the school counselor. Okay, I won't deny it. That's actually pretty funny. Ripperoo is the counselor. Nitrous Oxide is the math teacher. I'm not sure if he fits the role, but whatever. Pinstripe Potoroo is the principal. Tana, Crash's girlfriend, except only in the first game. They broke up after that. The captain of the cheerleading team, and she's in 12th grade. Evil Crash is Crash's rival in 12th grade, which, yeah, Evil Crash. Great name. You couldn't even, like, You couldn't even change it for the sake of this fan fiction. I know that's the actual character's name, but
So I'm gonna butt in here real quick.
okay.
I have to say the idea of Cortex bossing around a bunch of high school students to do his dirty work is kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Also, he's the evil science teacher. Now I know you meant that he's he's evil, but now I'm just imagining there's a separate branch of science that is that explicitly specializes in evil things.
Yeah, the mad science class.
Yeah, so you have light magic, you have dark magic, you have science, and you have evil science. Then you have Zem and Zam. Aren't they supposed to be brothers?
I think so, or something like that.
So Zam has been demoted from brother to his fucking pet dog.
Among others, there's Emperor Velo, the vice principal. Is Emperor his title as the vice principal?
Good day.
Kronk is a friend of Dingodyle's and Nash. Nash,
Pasadena Opossum. Why does that? Oh
she's
yeah.
Crash Tag Team Racing.
Yeah, the sexy one, right?
Yeah.
Again, born of many a furry.
Oh, and Spyro's in it.
Yeah.
Also, you have the evil version of Crash from Twin Sanity, but you don't have Fake Crash? This is already getting a 2 out of 10 from me.
Actually, you know what I find interesting?
Yeah.
So, I'm all right. Hang on, let me share my screen on Discord so you know what I'm even talking about. So, if you look at the different depictions, what I find really interesting is how the different styles end up relaying the character's head differently.
Yeah.
So, like, if you look at, like, this one with it's cartoony, but you still get the actual possum head. But then if you look at something a bit more cartoony, and then you move to, like, this, and you can actually see, like, the fur detailing, which is sort of like, I don't know, it just kind of fascinates me how, like, the different depictions changes it ever so slightly.
Yeah. Yeah, that would... It's like nitro-fueled version. Yeah, see? Fake Crash. We need Fake Crash in this thing.
Fake Crash needs a dentist. Oh, do I need to turn Safe Search on? Alright, let's close that. And yeah, Spyro's in here.
Yeah.
When was this written? 2014. It was last updated in 2014.
Yeah. Oh, also I just noticed in this fan fiction, Nina Cortex is Dr. Cortex's daughter, even though she's actually his niece, which I feel like is kind of a callback to one of the best jokes in Twin Sanity, where Cortex actually forgets what his relation to her is.
Huh. So yeah, I think the reason why Spyro's included here, so it says Spyro was in a few of Crash's games. No. Crash and Spyro were in Skylanders. That's about the extent of it.
Well, I mean, they've crossed over a couple times. Like, there have been demos for each other's games on the main menus of their games, and also Spyro did briefly appear in a joke in Twin Sanity because that game was batshit.
Man, those two have gotten the real shit end of the stick. Although Crash a little bit less as of recent.
Yeah, I really don't care for Spyro's Skylander design.
Yeah, it doesn't even resemble him from the previous games.
No.
So
Reignited Trilogy was really good, though. I mean, now that Toys for Bob have made Crash 4, I'm excited what happens with a new Spyro game.
So we're gonna start with Chapter 1.
As you do.
Alright, so I'll start with the author's note. I'm sorry it took so long to update. I've been going through some real-life drama. Anyways, I hope to be updating much more. My story, Super Smash Bros. War, is scheduled for deletion. Oh, damn, that sucks. I would have loved to read that. Star Wars Earth is on hiatus. I'll be updating this, WWE Wars, and SSB Final Battle. Also check me out on Fiction Press. Same username. I want to take a moment to reply to my reviews. Electric Snowman. I'm glad you thought that was funny. That's what I was going for. I aim to make this as interesting as possible. Yes! There will be a Chapter 2 after Chapter 1. What the fuck else would happen after Chapter 1?
Chapter 1.5?
I guess that's possible. You know, that would actually be a really funny spoof if you wrote like a joke fan fiction and it starts at Chapter 0 and then it just does decimal points at random intervals all the way up to 1, and then once it gets to 1, it's like a really short chapter and then it ends.
Oh, I'm tempted now. Also, Evan, I see what you did there.
Joe Joker Boy! Don't worry, there'll be lots of comedy and romance as well as other things. I appreciate ideas though. A Crash Battle Royale? Sounds interesting. Can you explain a bit? Also, I'm sorry it's so short. There was no word count on my laptop. I hope to do longer chapter from now on. Really sorry. Please review, favorite, and all that good stuff. Without further delay...
Oh boy, here we go.
Okay, so we've already established that Pasadena Opossum isn't his girlfriend but has a crush on him. And Pasadena is also a cheerleader. So that means that they're going to get together. I'm positive.
That's a distinct possibility.
What voice should I do for Crash? Hey, chat! Chat! What voice should I do for Crash?
Swift, you're gonna be angry. Between the two options of your negative emotions, you are going to be angry, apparently.
I mean, yeah, she's definitely talking. So, I don't know, what voice? What is the... Alright, I know this is a bit of an oxymoron because he has a voice at all. But what voice is the most polar opposite to what Crash should be? What do you think, Popcorn?
I'm trying to think, I don't know.
Michael Caine. Who's Michael Caine again?
He was Alfred in The Dark Knight.
All right. So, kind of an English accent, hoity-toity.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I can do that.
Oh no.
All right, do you want to be Pasadena? We got it. Where is everyone? Do we have to kidnap Haven?
Yeah. I mean, I know Haven has like appointments on Monday, unless she already went to that. But I see Frog is online.
Whatever. We don't need them. No, we do. We totally do. Guys, come back, please. I miss you.
I miss you too.
Where are you? So I guess you'll be Pasadena then?
I guess so.
Alright.
Crash! Hey, Crash!
Oh, God, we needed the voice for the narration. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
Come on,
Swift?
you got...
Swift, what suggestions do you have?
I hate that chat delay, man. Painful.
Yeah.
But hey, whatever. You know, it's a thing, and eventually it'll catch up.
Yeah, eventually.
Seriously though, like the story, Super Smash Bros. War is scheduled for deletion. That's so disappointing. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Let's.
What?
Oh God. This kid was like 15 last time this was updated. So in 2013 he was 15.
Oh, okay.
Christopher Walken? Yeah, I can do Walken. Oh, and he dislikes haters.
Does anybody not hate haters?
Oh God, he loves Sweet Life on Deck. I remember when Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was just at a fucking hotel.
Me too. Are we old?
Yeah, a bit.
Uh.
Yeah, looks like he deleted. Oh God. Oh no. I have to mark this one for later. Zombie Apocalypse, a tale of zombie apocalypse featuring characters from several Disney and Nickelodeon TV shows.
Oh Lord.
Oh, it's only one chapter and 411. Oh, that's so disappointing.
Oh.
Look at it is literally just the character list.
Oh. No,
Oh,
I need this.
Alex Russo, Max Russo, Zach and fucking Cody.
Wait a minute. Alex Russo, is that? Wait, no, I'm thinking of something else.
Alex
That's Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah.
That's one.
So she lost her powers on her 21st birthday for no known reason. Father was infected while checking the mail.
Please come back and give us this.
Justin distracted the zombies. He insisted on saving his girlfriend. Okay, so Teddy Duncan. Don't know who these are. Anyone else stand out? Paisley Houndstooth is no longer stupid. That is his description. He's just no longer stupid.
Good for you, buddy.
Austin Moon. Who's Austin Moon?
I'm not super down on like decoms.
He's from Austin and yeah, from Austin and Ally.
Allie, yeah.
No, we're gonna call it Ally.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so disappointing. We could have had a bunch of Disney sitcom characters fighting zombies.
That would have been a great Halloween episode. I love it.
Yeah, it's unlikely this is ever going to be updated. This was last updated in 2014.
Yeah. Shame.
It has one review. Zombies are cool!
Cool. That is some quality feedback right there.
What else does he have? Crash Bandicoot High School and WWE Legends. Follow the WWE as past, current, and future and made-up superstars clash with each other for the prestigious honor of victory throughout each show and pay-per-view. Now, what I find interesting here is, future. Future is distinguished from made up, which means that I'm just imagining that that in this he just made random. Oh, you know what? No, he has a character list for all of these.
Oh boy.
John Cena, of course, #1 contender.
John Cena.
Yeah, this isn't as interesting to me because I'm not into WWE, but...
Yeah, me neither.
Alright. Where were we? Alright.
Just the very first
Christopher
line.
Walken. Crash looked up and saw her running to him. He was sitting on the bleachers watching his girlfriend, Tana, at cheer practice. Oh, hello, Pasadena. Oh, what was that? Pasadena. Oh, yes. Hello, Batman. No, I gotta nail this. Anne. Let's listen to him talk. Batman.
Have you seen Brock Baker reading 50 Shades of Grey books in different impressions?
Yeah.
Because he does a pretty good Michael Caine.
I was in Burma.
My friends. Oh, hi, Pasadena. Pasadena. Gotta talk like I have plums in my mouth.
Yeah.
Crash said, smiling a little.
How are you?
Pasadena asked, sure that she had just made a fool of herself and probably the most popular guy in school. Before the conversation could carry on further, Tana smelled blood in the water and walked up to her boyfriend, giving Pasadena a dirty, sexy look on her way.
Crash, come on. You said you would take me to that fancy restaurant tonight.
What fancy restaurant? Oh, yes, McDonald's.
The best. Get some McLobster.
I can't, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm doing I can't do a good Michael Caine.
That's fair.
Alright, I need another one.
I can see the future.
Maybe, we could go with... I could make him sound like a total fucking nerd. Yeah, let's go with that for... Lemon Grab?
For Adventure Time.
Oh, God. Yeah, I can do Lemon Grab. High-pitched, shrill voice, definitely. What fancy restaurant? Unacceptable! Crash asked, a confused expression appeared on his face.
You know, the one you were always saying you'll take me to someday. You said you would take me today after practice.
Tana said. Pasadena saw the still confused expression on Crash's face and looked doubtfully at Tana. He usually looked at least a little confused, but today, extremely. When Tana viciously glared at her, Pasadena decided it was time to leave.
Bye, Crash.
She said, skipping away towards the parking lot. Crash waved at Pasadena, then turned back to Tana. What restaurant? He asked again.
Why do you not use question marks, buddy?
Actually, no, that's proper, that's actually proper grammar. If you are ending a quotation and having that trail off to continue a sentence, you don't have a question mark. So that is actually correct. Not all of the fiction that we spotlight here is going to be terrible grammar all the way through.
Sorry, I'm just kind of a hawk when it comes to these things. Anyway. Oh, I was trying to get rid of that stupid wannabe.
Tana said, smiling like a bitch. As she sat next to him on the bleachers, she cuddled into him, still smiling. Crash, scoot away slightly. Unacceptable! Why? She's a nice girl! Crash asked.
She's a loser.
Tana said, pulling Crash closer to her. He needed an adult. He was getting a little uncomfortable. Sometimes he though Tana was just going out with him for the popularity, because she was. He pulled out his phone, pretending to get a text. I got to, pick up my brother!
Fine. I guess I'll see you later.
Tana said, kissing Crash, and then walking back to the rest of the cheerleaders. They were all there, minus Pasadena. Crash got up, walked to his car. In reality, Crash's brother, Crunch, would already be home. His sister, Coco, would also be home, considering that she had not had track practice that day due to them winning the meet the day before. Because as y'all know, when you win a track meet, you stop practicing. You're already perfect. Crash unlocked his car and beat up Old Yellow Pickup. His teammates often made fun of him for his car, but Crash locked the truck. He hopped in, started it, and took off. On his way out of the parking lot, Crash realized that he was moving through time and space. It is about time after all. And he was no longer taking off. I was instead out in the parking lot seeing Pasadena walking home. He pulled up next to her and asked, "Need a ride?" Pasadena looked at Crash, smiled, and nodded.
Thanks.
She said, climbing to the passenger seat. "Where to?" Crash asked, smiling, as Pasadena gave him her address. On the way, Crash turned up the music and crashed, as his namesake would suggest. They both died. The end.
Well, that was short. Glad I came here.
Unfortunately, I was high on methamphetamines when I read that. And that isn't actually what happened.
Okay.
Crash and Pasadena had a mini dance party in the car, something Tana would call childish and immature, and this time, due to the dance party, they died. Okay, I'm gonna stop that.
Okay.
Crash dropped off Pasadena in her living room after crashing through the wall, waving goodbye. Then he drove home, thinking all the way he had been considering dumping Tana. He was, day by day, growing increasingly sure that she was just using him to make himself look good. Crash did not want to be used like that. He wanted to be used in the fun way.
Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you.
Sweet dreams I made a... Oh, content I need.
Yeah. Instant demonetization, even though we were never getting paid for this.
Yeah, no, I'm never making money off of this. Fuck no. Like, forget the fact I'm never gonna get enough subscribers to act. You know, like, if I ever get a bit donation, I'm gonna shit myself. I've only gotten like 2 donations ever. One of them was a game. The other one was $1 because I accidentally left the stream going. And they spent like half an hour just watching me sit at my computer blank-faced. Dance party. No, a little bit after that.
Yeah, last paragraph.
Crashed, pulled into his driveway. In a crash, pulled out the keys and got out of his truck. He walked inside. Coco was on the couch doing her homework. Crunch was playing some first-person shooter game. Aku, Crash's father, was making dinner. Spaghetti with meatballs. How he was doing this without hands, entirely unknown. But he did it. He managed it.
Homestar Runner logic.
No, actually, I think he used his mouth. Like, I'm just imagining him, like, stirring a pot of spaghetti, like, holding, like, the ladle in his mouth. Like, hello, friend!
That lockjaw he had in Team Racing.
Yeah. Crash wave hived to everyone. They went upstairs to his room. He pulled out his homework and worked on it, skipping dinner. Afterwards, Crash got ready. As in, he bathed his bed in blood and made it red and settled down for a good night's sleep.
Well, that was a very productive first chapter.
Yeah, a lot. All right, we've accomplished a lot here. So, we've learned that Tana's a bitch. Pasadena is a wallflower. Crash is
A horrible driver.
I was gonna say a cuck, but also a horrible driver. Crunch is playing a first-person shooter game, which may or may not be very problematic, depending on what the rating of the game is. I don't know, like, my first AO rated game I got when I was in the 6th grade, so I guess I can't judge. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. My parents, the fucking Mad Lads, bought a 6th grader Grand Theft Auto San Andreas after it had been made rated AO. All because my dad knew that if he didn't buy it for me, I'd play it at a friend's house.
Oh. Well.
And in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, I did my civil duty and shot all of the rioters, which is probably not what you should do in real life, but it made sense back then.
I'm so proud of you. Yeah, it is funny. I mean, Crunch is... You're right, Evan. Crunch is the biggest one out of the 3 main Bandicoots. And he's the one in 8th grade.
I think you're presuming that he's younger. Maybe he's just really stupid.
Maybe.
Is he?
I don't know. In the later games, they turned him into Mr. T.
Crunch Bandicoot. Oh wow, and he's really wow. Okay, I gotta share this. So, so like, look, here's all the renditions he's been in. Every single one, pretty muscle bound, little derpy, and then you get to whatever this one is, COTT.
That would be Crash of the Titans.
Yeah, but in fucking Crash of the Titans, he looks like a goddamn Chad. Like,
yeah.
in all of, like... Alright, so in CTRNF? I don't know which one that is.
Now, CTR, that'd be Crash Tag Team Racing Nitro Fueled?
Yeah, that'd be right. This one he looks a bit like a Chad, more like the quarterback. In all the other ones, he looks a little derpy, like in fucking MOM.
Yeah, I mean, he would be the quarterback.
In fucking Mind Over Mutant, look at this guy. He looks like he's gonna murder your entire goddamn family. And then you get to fucking Clash of the Titans, and he looks like a Chad! Look at that! Look at that! Also, his species is Cyborg Bandicoot.
Yep.
Like, just... Alright, let's look at Coco. We can use good visual aids here.
Yeah.
Her design... Whoa! Wow, Crash Team Racing just does not look good on her. She looks like kind of stretched out. Dash. WOC. Dude, her design has, like, never changed. Whoa, never mind. Fucking CBB, whatever that one is.
CBB. I don't know what the... Is that Crash Boom Bang?
Oh, she's pretty cute in Crash of the Titans.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. No, she's very cute in, Mind Over Mutant.
Oh. Hello.
Hi there. I was gonna be here on time, but I totally spaced out and got down a rabbit hole researching medicinal plants.
Oh, goody. Well, a wild ninja appeared.
Yep, I'm just
We're looking at Coco Bandicoot's various designs.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, wow, I love the, It's About Time,
Yeah,
variant.
me too.
Yeah, that one's really cute.
I'm honestly, I mean, I'm not, like, overly upset. I'm not gonna go riding in the street over this, but I'm just sad that they replaced Debbie Derryberry as her voice actress. Because I like Debbie Derryberry. She was Jimmy Neutron.
Alright.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I don't know anything about Crash Bandicoot.
Hey!
Oh my god! Fucking Tana!
Might make this a little more fun for you.
Well, what's the incel word for, like, the female equivalent to Chad?
I've been wondering that myself.
They don't have a female equivalent of Chad. Incels put women on a completely separate spectrum between roasties, and I forget what the other end of the spectrum is. But it's like roasties and the ugly ones.
But yeah, like...
The sluts and the ugly ones, basically.
What I love about these designs is you look at 1, you look at 2, and then you look at 3, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel. Like, you can tell what game was actually written by someone that didn't just want to depict women as sex objects. Like, look at these last 2. Look at this. The first one, she looks like a Playboy model. The second one looks like she's going to be knocking on my car asking if she can give me a BJ. And then we get to the next one, and it's, strong feminist woman.
Yeah. They brought her back for the Insane trilogy, and then they're like, you know what, maybe we should do something with her? Besides, sexy lamp.
Alright, Oh, Tana was in It's About Time as well.
Yep.
Oh, wow! God damn, that is a change!
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's an alternate dimension Tana. Yeah, I have to say, this Tana's the most hot of all of them. God damn. Like, I'm into my punk chicks, for the record. So, damn, that design. Alright, and let's look at Crash's designs. Okay. Wow. So many different iterations. Fucking Crash of the Titans. Just random fucking tribal tattoos on his fur.
Yep. That's a very good way to put it, Swift.
And then in Mind Over Mutant, he still has the tattoos, but they realized it was stupid, so they fade away. And then we get to Crash Team Nitro Fuel, and he just loses them.
Yeah, he upped the steroids in his shins for Mind Over Mutant.
He has shins? I mean, it looks more like his feet are part of his legs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like look at that, look at that. His legs get thicker as they go down.
They kind of gave him a neck. That's weird.
I find it amusing that a character having a neck is the weird bit.
Remember when they gave Steven Universe a neck?
No.
That might be for the best.
Yep, he's still just Harnell.
Look at all the designs for neocortex.
Cortex.
Yep. Oh God, what did they do to you?
Yeah.
In Crash of the Titans, he looks like a normally proportioned person to
He's
a
like
degree.
He's like a cross between a baby and an old man.
That's more like it, and it's about time. Yeah, that's more like it.
Yep.
I think my sister had a crush on Crash Bandicoot.
Really?
Yeah. And yet I'm the one that turned into a furry. God damn it. Okay.
I'm just excited for Spyro to show up in this. I like Spyro just a little bit more than Crash.
You know, now I think about it, wouldn't it be a bit more amusing if all the characters were human and then there's just this random fucking dragon?
that would be my fanfiction. Well, I'd go to school with a dragon.
Alright, so we are on chapter 2 now. So, Ginger, do you want us to catch you up on what you missed?
So we're on chapter 2 now?
Yeah.
Because I can see that
Oh,
the
no,
entirety of chapter 1...
No, sorry. We are on chapter 3, titled chapter 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, the very first page is just all the character introductions. Well,
Yeah. Okay, I see that now. I'm thinking you could catch me up if you feel like you should, but on the other hand, it might be more fun if I have no idea what's happening.
Well, I mean, you didn't really miss
Alright,
much.
so here's what you missed. Here's what you missed. Crash exists. Tana
Okay.
is his girlfriend. Pasadena
Okay.
exists. She wants the Bandicoot D. And Aku cooked spaghetti and meatballs. The end.
So the spaghetti and meatballs are just as integral to the plot as the relationship drama, I'm assuming?
For all intents and purposes, yes.
Yeah. But Aku is capable of cooking food without any hands.
Interesting.
You know what? I think he drains the pasta by drinking it through a straw.
But wouldn't the spaghetti also go through the straw?
No,
The straw is not going to filter out those noodles.
Well, no.
Wouldn't that warp him?
I don't know. I feel like he's probably made with treated wood. I mean, the guy takes a lot of punishment. He's basically Crash Bandicoot's meat shield.
Yeah.
I mean, does he have any meat in him to justify calling him a meat shield?
He has a soul.
Souls are not made of meat. He's just a regular.
How do you know?
shield.
How do you know a soul is not made of meat? How do you know we cannot?
I am literally the soul-stealing Ginger. I am the most qualified person about this in the entire chat.
Okay, that is a good point.
Yeah, all right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I ginger-splained to you. Sorry for the late update. I'll be updating a lot more from now on. Just a case of writer's block. Crash woke up bright and early at 4 a.m. He was supposed to meet Tana at school before early morning cheer practice. He took a quick shower, then picked his clothes for the day. A white t-shirt with blue and white plaid shirt. Wait, what? Oh, I see.
Like a button-up over the t-shirt?
No, well, it doesn't say button-up, so I'm just imagining he put on a white t-shirt and he put on another t-shirt that's also plaid.
I think there are some dialects. I think there are some dialects, though, where if you say shirt by itself, it means a button-up, whereas you and I would assume that it's a t-shirt.
Could be. Then again, this is a 15-year-old.
That's also true.
He was 14 at publication.
Yeah.
I keep on losing my place. And a light blue pair of jeans. Crash went downstairs. I had a quick bowl of cereal before heading back up to brush his teeth. 5:30 rolled around and Crash exited the house, hopping into his beloved truck. Crash thought about football on his way to school. It was giving him brain damage. Crash thought about football on his way to school. It was giving him brain damage. Crash thought he led his team to become #1 team in their conference. They had easily qualified for districts. Had 4 district games coming up. And they won those. They could play 4 state games. If they continued on to win those, they would have 4 national games. If they managed to win those, they would play in the high school national championship game. The team had gone to nationals the year before, but Crash had been out because of an injury. The team lost the first game. I was eliminated. This year, I would have counted Crash to lead them to the championship. And if they continued on to win those, maybe his father would finally love him.
Just maybe.
Yeah, I'm with Swift.
Not very likely.
I'm with Swift. Furries. Furries everywhere. There are no humans in this story. They're all furries.
Even the characters who are human in the game are furries.
Oh yeah. Cortex? Cortex is, what? A squirrel.
He's whatever the Simpsons are.
No, well, the Simpsons aren't furries. They're scalies. Everyone knows that. He's a Goldeen.
Ah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Not a goldfish, but like just a Pokemon.
yeah. Cortex is literally just a Goldeen.
He never gets to evolve.
Why do you hate me? Shut up, I want to see you suffer. Oh, here we go. Crash pulled up to the high school and hopped out of the car. He headed around to the gym and entered. He crossed the gym and entered the foyer area right outside the doors. The EMF reader went off and he knew where the gun store. Sorry, I've been playing too much Phasmophobia. Tana was waiting by herself. No other students would be here this early. It was only 5:45 a.m. The rest of the cheerleader wouldn't be here for another 50 minutes. Hi, Tana! Crash said, walking up to his girlfriend. She turned and he saw she was on the phone. Tana waved and went back to her conversation. She was angrily yelling at someone about not being in any of the games. Except some alternate reality bitch. I was way hotter than her. No, they're all right. From what I remember back in high school, for whatever reason, the footballs and the cheerleaders and all those folk would go to school like stupid early for practice.
Yeah. No, I just had to stay after stupid late because I was in band. Not knocking. Marching band was the best part of high school for me.
Yeah, same here. Except I was in tech crew, so.
Nice.
Yeah, we got to stay pretty late. The one time we stayed, we were working until like 10 p.m. But it was worth it, man. That was our Footloose, and we fucking rocked that show.
Ooh.
I never got to do any extracurriculars, because my dad decided we didn't have time for them, which I guess was fair because I had a lot of siblings. So I was an honorary member of the game design club because I would always pick that teacher whenever I could for classes, and also like I helped to make games whenever I did have time. But I never got to go to any of the actual like club meetings.
Still, that was cool, yeah. Yeah, there was a game design club, but by the time it was actually formed, I was in tech crew and I didn't have the attention span for another club.
Yes, Swift. Yes, I did.
Ah.
Thanks for remembering.
Oh, cool! You're assistant director. Nice.
Yeah, the drama director is a old family friend of ours.
Neat. Finally, she hung up the phone angrily. Is something wrong, Tana? Crash asked, concerned as to what his girlfriend was so angry about. All right, so here's a question. Ginger, how like good of a bad bitch voice can you do?
Like what kind of bad bitch voice?
Like
what flavor?
Like head cheerleader, only dating you because you're popular, asshole.
Okay. Should I just read that line so you can test if my skills are good enough?
Yeah.
Because I like being Pasadena, so I won't stick with her. But you can have Tona.
I paid that stupid nerd Norm to do my math homework, and then he didn't do it because he was too busy reading a book. Now I'm gonna get detention!
Ooh, that was so punchable. Perfect.
I also love how there's a comma after the exclamation mark.
Yes.
Donna screamed! You unacceptable!
Unacceptable!
No, I'm
That echoed. I hope I didn't bug any of my neighbors.
1 million years detention!
no, I'm doing Crash Bandicoot as played by Lemon Grab. Unacceptable! You should be doing your homework yourself! That way you learn the information! That's the point of homework, Tana! Alright, now you say that, Crash, but in the 6th grade, I was given a math problem where I had to determine the length of certain sides on triangles, and the triangle I was given could not possibly exist, and the teacher was like, blame the textbook company, don't complain to me.
Oh boy.
6th grade sucked.
Yeah.
Every grade sucked. Has anyone ever actually learned anything from their homework?
I did. Math homework was very important for me.
Yeah.
Even-
Outside of junior and senior years, everything has just faded from my memory.
No.
Because junior and senior years is when I pretty much went to 2 schools at once for career tech.
Eh.
Mm.
Crash said shrilly.
Also, why do you care, Crash? You're stupid. You're an Australian Wile E. Coyote.
I am very intelligent!
Oh, please! When am I ever gonna use letters to do math after high school?
Tana said, clearly stupid. I annoyed. She was annoyed. I was stupid. Anyway, you wanted me to meet you here? What is it you... Crash said, what is it you want?
I just want to spend some time with my amazing boyfriend!
Unacceptable! I'll make out with you. Acceptable! Tana said, taking Crash's hands into hers and kissing him. Crash broke the kiss after exactly 5 seconds! It was very punctual. Hearing someone walking down the hallway. A second later, Mr. Neocortex, the mean science teacher, came around the corner. Mr. Cortex saw Tana and Crash standing there and stopped in his tracks. All right,
Okay,
what do
real
we?
quick. Real quick, I just want to say, why does he have to be Mr. Cortex? Can't you keep it as doctor? I mean, we had a doctor at my high school.
No. He's he got his doctorate in I don't know.
Phoenix Online.
No. Let's go with in chemotherapy.
That's actually interesting because there was actually a substitute teacher for my school, and I never got her, but my siblings told me stories about her afterwards. She was one of the main substitute teachers, but never a main one, and she insisted that all the students refer to her as doctor. Although she did not have a doctorate, she thought that she deserved one because of a children's book that she wrote. Every time she was called on to be a substitute, she would not teach the class. She would force everyone to listen to her read her shitty children's book.
What?
No.
How did she keep her
It was
job?
like I don't know. I think it's because there just weren't enough substitutes to go around.
It's like a high school teacher unironically having their students read Empress Teresa.
God, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little picture book, and she would read it out loud to them like they were kindergartners, and she would, like, get extremely offended if anyone called her Miss or Mrs. instead of Doctor, even though she did not have a doctorate.
Yeah, all right. Do you know what all right? Knowing me, if this happened to me more than once, I would start calling her Doctor Professor.
As Mr. Dr. Professor Patrick
Sorry,
to
yo,
you.
Mrs. Doctor Professor. And I would do this, and if she sent me to the to get disciplined, what I tell them is she is not a doctor. She is forcing us to read a book outside of the curriculum. I do not respect her.
Well, technically, she wasn't forcing anyone to read it. She was reading it out loud to the class instead of teaching.
Yeah, all right. That's a different. That's just just a rose by any other name.
Yeah, that's valid. I remember one time my siblings were complaining about her because, again, I never got her, but she was a pretty frequent substitute. I just happened to get teachers who didn't get sick often. But anyways.
Did she read the book again to class? If she substituted for a class more than once, did she just read it again?
Yes.
What the fuck?
And I remember one time my siblings were complaining about her, as they do, because she's a shitty substitute. And they were like, she makes us call her doctor? And my aunt was like, well, hey, if someone has done the work to get a doctorate, you should respect them. Why would you complain about calling them doctor? And everyone is like, she doesn't have a doctorate. She has no secondary education.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that isn't too uncommon once you get to college. I found that there's two kinds of people that have doctorates. The ones that insist you call them doctor, and the ones say, "Hey, so my name's Greg. I'm gonna be a professor this semester."
Yep. Yeah, I mean, granted, I go to an art college, so everyone's pretty laid back.
God, I wish that were me.
I once attended a math class where by the midpoint of the semester, at the deadline to drop out, 2/3 of the class had dropped out.
Oh.
It started out with more than maybe 50 or more people, and by the and 1/4 of the way through, half the class dropped out. And then when I dropped out, the half of the remaining half dropped out. So like a small portion of the original group was still there by the end.
Oh.
Hey, what's up? I had to reconnect.
Oh,
No
hey.
problem.
No problem. I was just talking about this bad math professor that didn't realize that her teaching method sucked because everyone was dropping out.
Yeah.
Ah. You ever get a teacher that's just like so proud of themselves for everyone in their class failing? Like, ha, I'm a hard teacher, and it's like, no, you're a teacher
Oh, no,
that
yeah,
sucks and doesn't
yeah.
teach anything.
Yeah, that was the math teacher. She said, this is a hard class. A lot of you are going to be dropping out. And, like, she would give us such little time to get stuff done for, like, the tests, where if you didn't have anything down, like that, you wouldn't be able to finish it in time. When we got to the midterm, after I finished it, I walked straight to the administration office and go, yeah, I want to drop out of a class. All right.
It's not always the students' fault if they don't learn anything.
Swift, just because you say you would be doing something but you won't, that doesn't mean you aren't implying it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Soak it in, Swift. We're just adorable, aren't we?
Okay. Mr. Cortex, Satana and Crash, standing there and stopped in his tracks. All right, what voice we're gonna do for him?
I do honestly really like Lex Link's take on him. I don't know how that could be improved.
What's Lex Link's take?
Lex Lang, he's the actual current voice actor for Cortex.
Well, what the hell are you doing here this early? Detention for both of you after school today! Period.
Wait, Mr. Cortex! Crash has football practice after school!
Tana said, yes, in the teacher's soft spot, for football against him. Very well, Mr. Bandicoot, you are excused. You, however, Tana, are not excused! Mr. Cortex said, heading to his classroom.
Shit! Now I'm gonna have double detention.
Tana said, clearly not understanding that she only got detention once. But hey, that's what lack of schooling will do to you. Who needs letters anyway?
Oh well, I guess I'll live.
Tana kissed Crash again. I walked into the gym and into the locker room to get ready for practice. Crash couldn't help but smile. These were the only moments Crash enjoyed Tana when they were alone. She was so nice when no one else was around. When they weren't alone, she started acting all mean and conceited. Crash headed down the hallway, wandering aimlessly around. He thought about his relationship with Tana had started. At first it was love. Then, as it got more popular, she started to turn mean and nasty. I mean, he only gave her STDs. That's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Cash always loved his time alone with Tana. Because she acted like when they first started dating. A lot of this are things he really should have been talking to her about. Maybe see counseling, but fuck it. We got a story and a proper ship to get going. As Crash was walking, he accidentally bumped into someone, knocking him down. He looked down and saw Pasadena lying on the ground. Oh no, I can't go back to jail!
Crash can't do another nickel.
I'm not going back! Oh, she's not dead! Acceptable! Oh, right. I'm really sorry. I'm glad you aren't dead. Crash said, helping her up.
Oh, it's no problem. I'm glad I'm not dead too.
Pasadena said, smiling. Oh, so where are you headed? Crash asked, also smiling.
Oh, I'm just wandering around. I don't have anything to do right now.
Pasadena said, not revealing that, you know, she could still be in bed. I was at school because she was actually a secret agent fighting school crime for justice and straight A's everywhere.
I'm a superhero for extra credit.
Hey, why don't you come with me? I was just wondering too! Crash said, still smiling.
It's really important for everyone to know how much they are smiling and continuing to smile.
You know what this reminds me of? There's a
What?
glitch in Secret World in Secret World where if you kept doing the smile emote over and over, it just kept on applying the transform to the face, so the smile would just get larger and larger until it deformed. And the corners of your mouth would start to like extend past your face and like go higher and higher into the air, and your eyes would get more and more bug-eyed, and it would just sort of like crumple in on itself as your smile just got larger and larger, and then the moment you moved and canceled the emote, it would just snap back into place.
It just become more teeth than face.
Not even more teeth than face, more like more face than head.
Okay.
Pasadena said, slowly grinning, the corners of her mouth extending past her body, creating a horrible monstrosity that will destroy us all. Crash Bandicoot, you gotta run!
Crash, why so serious?
Do I know how I got these scars?
But also the fact that it says slowly grinning as if she's slowly starting to grin, that implies that she was smiling and then she stopped smiling.
Or I don't know. I don't know what's better. The idea that she suddenly stopped smiling and then slowly started to grin, or that she was already smiling and then she just slowly got a creepy grin on top of it. So she was just smiling normally and just went. Oh, So Crash and Pasadena wandered the halls, talking about many things, like the terrible school lunches and football. Then the conversation strayed to Tana. Okay, for the record, school lunches aren't universally bad. The school district I was in used, I think it's like Sudico or like Suico. I don't know, just some like major food making company for lunchrooms and the like. And like if your school gets a decent amount of money from property tax, that you can get pretty good lunches.
Yeah, I went to a school that had pretty good lunches. They weren't big enough though, so I was always starving, which impacted my grades. But
Yeah, my problem was that my lunch
at least they
period was
tasted good.
my lunch period was so late in the day that I was always starving by then. And I always packed, so I can't really judge what my school lunches were like.
My school occasionally served sushi.
Ooh.
Lucky.
Fucking high school. There were like 3 different lunch lines. Now, to be fair, my school has a population of like 2,000 people, so.
Yeah, mine was just like my graduating class was not even 100.
My school was like built for a couple thousand students. Like it wasn't a small school, but it was still always like crammed full. There were way more students.
Oh no,
than
yeah.
The school was supposed to hold.
Yeah, no, mine is the same way. Mine was built for at most 1,000, and they're easily going double over the recommended capacity.
Yeah, ours was built for like a couple thousand, and it was doubling the capacity.
Yeah, my community was very small and Wonder Bread.
Yep. I think in Ginger's case and my own, it was a matter of stop pumping out babies.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that kind of became the case when I was in my senior year. Like, my senior year and immediately after, almost every girl I knew pumped one out.
Are you like almost every girl you knew in high school suddenly had a baby?
Yes.
Wow. That's a lot of unprotected sex.
Yeah,
Or a lot of
it's
pierced
'cause
condoms.
Yeah.
It's because the sex education sucks and only teaches abstinence, and that doesn't work because a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, abstinence is the only way, and then be like, but I want it too much, because teenagers don't think that clearly about future consequences. It's just a
Teenagers
result of how
wanna
the teenage
fuck.
brain is built. Exactly.
Dude, my
So it
alright.
has-
Dude, real.
So like all the extra babies in my community had to do with a lot of really bad sex ed where they only taught abstinence and it didn't work. There was nothing about condoms even.
My first time was a three-way and nobody got pregnant. It was not as fun as it sounds though. Alright, chat. If you're a virgin, never have your first time be a three-way. You will be very disappointed in yourself. Three-way is like hard mode, man.
Can confirm.
Oh. Then the conversation straight to Tana. Pasadena stared into oblivion as her life flashed before her eyes.
Sorry, I lost my place. I got a text message. Why is she so mean?
Pasadena asked, "She's a bitch! I mean, you have to understand, she has a reputation to keep up!" Crash said, trying to defend his girlfriend. Dude, I just realized I'm probably clipping like fucking hell and back.
Probably.
You are always clipping like Helen back.
Well, yeah. I just, you know, probably that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah, but you do too, and you're always so nice.
Pasadena said, still getting off of that high she had behind the school.
I guess I just don't understand how you could tolerate her. You guys have been dating since like 8th grade, I heard, and I don't get how anybody can stand to be with her that long.
Because she's acceptable! And I love her! She wasn't always mean like that! And she has her good moments still! I'm not a battered housewife, shut up! I have to hope someday she'll go back to be who she used to be! Crash said.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Not really!
Oh, okay.
Oh no, real talk. Don't do that. Don't stay in an abusive or toxic relationship just because they used to be good. They aren't
Yeah.
good anymore. Like,
And it's
Yeah, and it's like you can't keep hoping that they'll go back to the way it used to be, because as it gets worse and worse, you'll still be there. You won't have an exit loop.
yeah.
yeah, it's not your job to fix them.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, if they do get better and deserve a good relationship at that point, then they can find one. It doesn't have to be your responsibility to provide it.
Oh, I will say though, it's not your job to fix them, which is why if you are a psychologist or a psychotherapist, you should not date your clients, because then it is your job to fix them, and you will suffer.
Yeah.
But still, I can't stand.
Pasadena was caught off by the bell ringing. Pepper's period to start.
I guess I'll see you later.
Pasadena waved goodbye and ran so far away, and she ran towards her first class. How to get away? Next chapter soon, I promise. I forgot what voice I was using for the author. Also, I want to point out the timeline here. They got to school at like let's round up 6 o'clock. High school for me started at like what, 8:45.
Mine started at 7.
Oof. Yeah, it was about something for me.
All right, let's say 8:30. So they were wandering the halls just talking about random shit for 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, that's not bad. Date her. If you can hold a conversation with someone that long, that's a fucking good sign.
Alright, give me just one moment.
Yep.
Reminds me of me and my girlfriend having long conversations when we first were getting to know each other.
Oh god, Spyro's coming up.
Oh goody.
Yes.
Spyro is something I am familiar with. I like that he is purple. And that's the primary affiliation that he has for me, is that he's purple and I like that.
And he's voiced by SpongeBob!
Really?
Yeah, Tom Kenny.
Huh.
He's a dragon and he's purple and that's all I care about.
So you like Barney then?
Fuck no, Barney's
No.
not a dragon.
Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination.
I mean, alright, but hear me out.
He's a creepy ass dinosaur.
Alright, no. Hear me out. So dragons are mystical beings, right? They're magical beings. If
Arguably.
Barney is created from our imagination, which means that he is supernatural.
Theoretically.
Dinosaurs, it is hypothesized that dinosaur remains were found, and those were thought to be dragons in ancient times.
Completely irrelevant.
So, if that is the case, then Barney is a dragon from your imagination.
No, that's not correct. Your logic has so many fucking holes in it. Jesus. For one thing, dinosaur-themed and imaginary is not the only thing that defines a dragon. Like, that's the main thing. That's the main thing. If it comes from dinosaur bones and it's imaginary, then it must be a dragon. That's...
Oh, hey, have you ever seen Barney breathe fire? No, absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Barney might...
That wasn't a point I was going to bring up, though. It's that your definition is inherently flawed.
Barney might be flying away and eating cattle alive for all you know. Giggling and laughing the whole time.
Okay, but like, you're saying your definition of a dragon is number 1, based on dinosaur bones, number 2, imaginary?
And also covered in scales.
Are you stating that as your definition is that it's... Barney's not covered in scales. So you can't add that to your definition.
Well, yeah, the child-friendly rendition, but if we were to look at the accurate rendition...
The child-friendly rendition is the only canonical rendition we have, so if you want to add scales, then Barney is not a dragon, I'm sorry.
Okay. What about the dragons from Dragon Tales?
Hey, now that show was my jam when I was a toddler. Do not even with that.
My mom actually hated it when I watched Dragon Tales. She thought that it was evil and satanic, and so she prevented me from watching it, and sometimes I would go over to my mama's house and I would watch it, and mom would blow a fuse whenever she caught me. Also, I thought devil box was a normal word for TV.
Oh, devil fucking box!
Also, Wheezy was voiced by Kevin from Ed, Edd and Eddy. Just thought I'd point that out.
I'm dying, Squirtle. Ginger, you led a very... Oh, God. What? Wow, yeah, you lived you had an interesting childhood.
I had a super interesting childhood, which I will drop as tiny snippets of lore that don't seem to fit together, and it will be your job to figure out what the fuck I went through as a kid. All of it will be true, none of it will be, like, easy to understand. I've got a fucked up tragic backstory.
Hey.
Huh.
Hey guys, this is chapter 3 of Crash Bandicoot High School. First, though I have a few things to say. First, I want to thank you all for the support with this story. I know I haven't been able to update it as often as most authors, but I promise I am updating whenever possible. I'm working on some stuff I hope to publish, which is a very time-consuming task. Secondly, my computer has been undergoing some serious work. In this process, in this process, my nearly finished. In this process, my nearly finished first chapter of This Is WWE was lost, as well as some other stuff. I will need to rewrite it, so please be patient on that. Now in this chapter, we're gonna try some different POVs. Oh, and also Joe Joker Boy, I will be implementing your idea, but not in this chapter, Rinky Face. Also, some OCs will be introduced with a brief description. They don't really play a major part in the story, but they may be a major part of a possible sequel when all this is done.
God, I hope there's a sequel.
So I do want to comment a bit on this so far. So I can tell that the author really did want to do something with this, right? Like this doesn't. You don't write this many chapters of bullshit without having some passion.
Yeah.
But so I think we should start with some criticism of this. You know, try and actually do something besides just laugh at the stupid shit. First thing, this should not be about Crash in high school. Now I know that's kind of like, so first criticism, this should have never been written, but hear me out. Nobody wants to experience, like, who wants to, like, all right. So, you guys know about that spin-off of SpongeBob that's coming out soon?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to know why I think it's gonna fail?
Tell me.
Who the fuck wants to watch SpongeBob go to summer camp as a fucking child as a regular series? That's not why. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I'm just pissed off because Steven Hillenburg said he didn't want any spin-off set in the SpongeBob universe. He just wanted SpongeBob to be its own thing. And then he died, and now Nickelodeon is just, well, we can do whatever we want now.
Well, yeah, that's not surprising. I mean, come on. But, even outside, like, why would anyone want to watch it? It's the same idea of, like, all right, Rugrats. You guys ever see All Grown Up?
Yeah.
I really liked All Grown Up as
Yeah,
a kid. It
alright.
was actually my favorite part of Rugrats.
Now, I actually really did like All Grown Up as well, but here's my major criticism of it. Why would the audience of Rugrats want to watch All Grown Up?
I was the audience of Rugrats, and I did enjoy All Grown Up. This is not a good example.
Well, all right, no, but hear me out. It was good, but let's be real here. There was very little to do with Rugrats in Rugrats All Grown Up. Like, it was the same characters. They were all grown up, but they weren't really at best, they were like vague resemblances to what they were in Rugrats. Like, yeah, they were grown up, but that's the thing. These aren't the characters from the original. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing the show. I actually liked All Grown Up too, but the thing about All Grown Up is, like, it's not necessary. Like, you could have easily done All Grown Up with characters that had absolutely no relation to the original Rugrats, and you would have about the same quality.
Actually, it would have had none of that appeal for me when I was a kid.
No.
I think this is just, I get what your point is, but this is a bad example.
Well, it wouldn't have had the same appeal, but the reason why they used Rugrats was to get the audience of Rugrats. That is why it was done.
No I think it's funny that you mention it's not necessary, because no part of fiction is ever actually, like, necessary. We could live without it technically, so that's just a funny point for you to bring up.
Okay, alright, fine. Then let's go with a different example. Almost every single blank babies series that was
God,
made.
that's a much fucking better example. I hate those spin-offs.
Yeah, I mean, who wanted to see the cast of Total Drama Island as toddlers?
My God, was that a real thing?
Yeah,
Yes.
it is still ongoing.
What the fuck? Why?
Yeah,
That's the example you should have gone with to begin with.
Yeah.
You took what is an animated Survivor parody and turned them into babies.
Yeah. Like,
Brilliant.
yeah, and actually that is a better example because it's a completely different genre. The characters are barely even related to what they were in the original show. If anything, they are Flanderized. Does everyone here know what that means?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Chat. Oh, and future people. Flanderization is basically the process of having characters define traits, and as the series goes on, that those defining traits become the only thing that defines the character. So in the case of Flanders, he went from being a dynamic character to basically just being Flanders.
The Christian guy. Remember when he had personality traits outside of being a Christian?
Stupid sexy Flanders.
God, the
No, but
chat
it's funny
delay is
'cause, like,
terrible tonight.
Because in the beginning, Flanders wasn't that the Christian thing was only a minor part of his major role in the stories, as being basically the guy that Homer was jealous of for being a better dad and a better husband and everything. And because of like the culture of America, being a devout Christian was part of that whole thing, and now it's the only thing about him.
Yeah, basically the entire cast was Flanderized. But
Oh yeah.
so yeah, going back to the Total Drama Island spinoff. So there's no reason to do it. There's none besides just trying to expand the franchise in the most ham-fisted way possible.
So, I thought about it for a second, and I think actually the Total Drama Island babies, and I really doubt that this is how they handled it. I wouldn't know because I didn't know about it until just now. But considering it existed originally just as a parody of what was popular at the time, I have to wonder if the babies thing was also to rip on other series that made an unnecessary baby spin-off that didn't make sense.
I haven't seen.
I'd have to watch it to know if that's how they handled it, but it has that potential.
Yeah, but a parody still has to be entertaining.
Well, yeah, but we don't know if it's entertaining unless we watch it.
Based on what I remember of it, it had the same sort of slapstick weirdness of the original series. It was just in a preschool.
Okay, well, yeah, that's lame then. But there was potential at that, but no.
And also
yeah,
the
like,
theme.
fucking...
Also, later on, look up the theme song for that show. It is so fucking annoying. Like the opening for it is just See,
I
yeah.
can imagine.
So
yeah, the bottom.
Yeah, Muppet Babies, I think, epitomizes the stupid make 'em babies for no reason genre. Like Looney Tunes babies and Muppet Babies, and how everyone really enjoyed them inexplicably even though they sucked. And they got so much fucking merch that I keep finding at thrift stores.
I distinctly remember when I was a kid, it always seemed to be Looney Tunes babies that was playing on TV whenever I went to the dentist.
Ugh.
It's like, if I'm gonna sit here and let you poke around in my mouth, I at least want to be entertained. Turn something else on.
Yeah. You know what else? You know what else was a shitty spin-off? Like, also, I think is a really good example because it's a spin-off of a spin-off of a spin-off, but it's the only one that was bad. Pinky and the Brain and Delmira.
Oh, yes. I vaguely remember
like,
that being a thing.
Because Pinky and the Brain was a spin-off of Animaniacs. Animaniacs was itself a spin-off, actually, of I forget what, but it was like after Looney Tunes Babies, I'm pretty sure. But Pinky and the Brain and Elmira was like another Descendants spin-off, and it was the only one that was bad in the whole chain, and it was so bad because they misunderstood the core concept.
Which
the
is that these
original.
characters don't belong together at all?
Well, I mean, Pinky and the Brain not belonging with Elmira is definitely part of the problem, but also it completely overlooked what made the original so appealing.
Hmm.
Like the original, it was a goofy show about them coming up with ridiculous schemes to take over the world that actually could have worked in theory, but then they would go wrong in some ludicrous way. And then Pinky and the Brain and Elmira was just Pinky and the Brain are pet mice, and they like it now for some reason.
So
But yes, the bottom line is you took a game about mutant bandicoots collecting jewelry and trying to stop a mad scientist from conquering all known existence and put them in high school.
yeah, like maybe you could have made this work, but the what really highlights what went wrong here is that all of the characters had to be assigned roles. Like Dr. Cortex is suddenly the teacher. Like it's not like this is a prequel. Like this is just all of the characters taken because, like I'm guessing the author's a fan of Crash Bandicoot, which is fine, and they wanted to write a fanfic about Crash Bandicoot. That's fine, but the only thing they could think of writing was a generic high school story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's always better if, when you're making a story, you want to explore something new that, well, everything's been done before in some form, but it's like putting a new twist in it, giving a new angle on things.
Yeah, and it's just not necessary. So, other issues. Nothing's happened. We are now on chapter 3. By this point, something should be happening.
Spaghetti happened.
Well, yeah, spaghetti happened, and there's, there's a little bit of drama with,
Ship tease.
yeah, a bit of ship tease with Pistachio and, Crashed. Yes, I know I just said their names wrong, shut up. And Tawny, but like nothing's happening. It so far, like
I mean,
as weird as it is and silly as it is, I feel like after finishing this, I can read any other bad fanfic involving high school and get the same result. Except Sonic High School. That thing was just something in and of its own.
I mean, I feel like things don't have to be happening all the time. There is a place for more quiet build-up of, like, future plot points and stuff, and that's part of good writing, but I don't see evidence of that here.
Well, I mean, even if you're going to do that, you still need things to happen. Like, you could still have build-up to the actual big thing, but it shouldn't just be nothing. And so far, there's been a little bit of drama, but it doesn't really feel like it's building to anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm feeling, is that it's normal for things to start out slow, but I'm not noticing any tension, anything building, any plot points being laid. It's playing it very safe here. It's just narrating people going about their normal lives, which is great for the first chapter to establish your setting, but
Yeah.
there needs to be some kind of wrench thrown in to basically introduce the actual plot.
Yeah, I mean, the first 2 chapters basically establish the exact same thing. Tana is a bitch and Pasadena has a crush on Sonic. On Sonic. This is a crossover with Sonic High School now. All these fucking furries go to the same high school.
And Cortex.
I'm gonna make that the title of the fic for the birthday bash next year. Just you wait. All these furries go to the same high school now.
Just ultimate crossover of every furry franchise.
Including Screwbucket, which is a furry franchise.
and will it just be like, so everyone will be a furry except for Matt, who will just be wearing the Foxy mask.
Yes. Or like some frog type thing. Because the Foxy thing is because we were reading a certain fanfic.
Well, yeah,
the frog with glasses thing.
Yeah, but I just like the idea of it just being a human just wearing a frog mask. And it's like, hi, I'm a frog.
Yes, that's my idea for next time.
Alright,
And I'm thinking about also incorporating Shrek and Sonichu's children, so that'll be fun. You've got a whole year to wait.
Swift, yes.
So, now we're gonna actually get to the Spyro moment.
Okay.
Woo!
Kairo's POV taking place before first period. Coco grunted as she tried to push open the door, at which it did not budge. Coco tried again, with the same results. She felt someone move her gently aside. She watched as her best friend Spyro pulled over the door. She wasn't very smart. Alright, who's gonna be Coco? She's a brainiac.
I could be either Coco or Spyro.
I want to be Spyro.
Alright.
Okay, I'll be Coco. Spyro!
Coco yelled, "Smile at him! I given him a huge hug!"
Hey, Coco.
Spyro said, smiling. Everybody was smiling. Lots of smiling. Smiling everywhere. It was all creepy.
It's imperative that you remember that everyone is smiling. Do not think for a second that anyone has stopped smiling.
But let's be real. Coco and Spyro were frowning on the inside. Crawling in my skin. These wounds, they want to heal. Coco noticed people pointing and giggling. I heard Spyro. She frowned. As far as Coco and Spyro were concerned, they were just friends. But the rest of the school saw them as a couple. They often acted as a couple. They ate lunch every day. They hung out together every second of the day. They even kissed in the 3rd grade. And occasionally fucked behind the bleachers. But if you asked them about it, they would say they were just seeing what it was like to fuck behind the bleachers with his bad dragon dick. Spyro broke the hug and to hold the door open for Coco. With a smile, he motioned for her to enter the school. She smiled back at him and walked inside. Spyro followed, not far behind, and smiled. They slowly... Yeah?
Also, randomly, just the period is in bold.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about that. I thought there was something wrong with my screen.
I'm confused about how the hugging and door opening is working. Like, is Spyro bipedal here?
No, as far as I'm concerned, Spyro is still a dragon.
Well, he could be a bipedal dragon.
Is he walking on 2 legs instead of 4?
And he has gross opposable thumbs.
Yeah, Spyro grew up and now he's a biped like all the other dragons in the first game for some reason.
Spyro followed enough about. Alright. They slowly made their way through the growing maze of students, hoping to get to their first period before they were late. Somehow, they managed to make it. They entered English class holding hands, but they weren't a couple! Shut up! They aren't a couple!
I think I'm just having technical issues today, because I just had to reconnect again.
Oh, great.
They aren't a couple! Ginger! They are not a couple!
So we learned a lot in that section.
Yeah.
So that section was valuable. That's an important part, assuming this actually gets built on later.
Yeah.
Crash's POV at lunch!
Mm.
Crash stood with his tray, like a katana. He searched desperately for his girlfriend. Instead, he found a ship. Crash decided to go hang out with her until he found Tana. Crash walked up beside Pasadena smiling. Hey! He said, "Can I sit by you for a minute?"
Yeah, I mean, even in cases like this, they're not using a question mark.
Yeah, like that should no. Actually, no. In this case, he wasn't asking. He was telling.
Yeah.
Fucking Chad, am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Ah!
Sure. Was a contradictory sentence there.
Pasadena said, surprised and terrified at the screaming mass before her. She smiled and pointed at the seat next to her. The seat.
You're just gonna get more and more deranged every time you say smile, aren't you?
Crash
You
sat
missed the
down, still smiling.
You missed the first smiling in this section, actually, with your crazy voice.
Oh. Smiling! There.
Don't worry about it.
I will say that this isn't even a question of using, like, synonyms. This is too much description of smiling.
Yeah. Like, we get it. You mention that they're smiling, and then until their facial expression changes, don't bring it up again.
Crash sat down, still smiling! Pasadena smiled too! Crash and Pasadena had a conversation that included many things while smiling!
Things the conversation was about.
They were smiling!
I will say this kind of repetition does make sense for roleplay, so I'm imagining this person was primarily a role player before trying to write their own fic.
Possibly.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, there is a lot of repetition when it comes to roleplay, and very often.
Yeah, because when
Go on.
you're role playing, it helps to like refresh the memory in your head every time because you're taking time writing and then you have to sit and wait while the other person takes time writing. So that kind of repetition and refreshing makes a lot of sense in roleplay, and that's the kind of style that I am getting here. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this particular flavor of repetition.
Although very often the reason I see that happening is more so because you have different authors technically. So the authors are using their own words, and so which is fine separately. But when you put it all together into a single document, it doesn't flow as well.
Right.
Right, and I'm not saying that this is a roleplay, I'm saying that the writing style seems to come from someone who's used to roleplay and is more used to thinking of things in short clips that you remember for a short time and then replace, as opposed to a solid stream that you get coherently.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, they just had a conversation. Write out the conversation. Show us the fluffy shit in real time.
But also it might be a boring conversation, but also it would be up to the author to like decide that the conversation is not boring and write an interesting one.
They had a conversation about smiling! They were smiling! Consistently! And if they stopped, they would be made to take the medication to smile! Smiling!
It's We Happy Few now?
Yep, it's We Happy Few furry edition. I gotta use the bathroom again. Can someone take over while I go?
Okay.
Yep. Kirby.
Alright, let's see. After several minutes, Tano walked up to Crash.
I love your imitation of that voice.
Thank you. I like doing walk-ins sometimes.
Hey, handsome, why don't you outside today?
Sure! Crash got up, smiling, and always with the smiling at Tona, and waving goodbye to Pasadena. Crash and Tona both exited the cafeteria and walked outside.
That weird, like, emphasis on random words sounds even weirder when it's not his voice.
If you want to do a good walking impression, put periods everywhere. There were 8 picnic tables outside. Tona's friends, Meg and Kitty, were sitting in one. Crash guessed that was where they would sit. His guess was correct. Who the heck is Kitty?
I was about to ask you that, actually. Who the fuck is Kitty?
I don't think she's one of the, like, trophy girls in CTR. I need to look that up now.
You know what? It looks like it's probably an OC, considering the description that follows.
That's very plausible, yeah.
I can be Kitty.
Alright.
Hey, guys!
Kitty smiled at them as they sat down. Kitty was by far the happiest girl in school. It was kind of hard to tell, because everyone smiled all the time. Nothing ever upset her. She was also the nicest of Tana's friends. She had curly brown hair, often in a ponytail, and green eyes. She was of average height for a senior. I felt the need to explain her appearance only, because she's an OC. Crash and Tana both replied with a hello, and they looked at Meg expectantly. Darn it. Just this word delivery, I can only imagine Garfield. Hi, I guess. Meg said, paying them no attention. Meg always seemed to be bored. Even when she was cheering, she showed no emotion. She got sent to the principal's office often because she refused to smile. She was, however, second best cheerleader on the team after Tana. She had straight black hair and green eyes. She also was of average height. Overall, it wasn't a very pleasant lunch. Kitty talked way too much. Meg didn't say a single thing. And also, one of them vomited. or something. Because we gotta keep up the stereotype. School lunch is a shit. Crash never blamed either of them, though. That's just how they were.
Because they was smiling!
What?
They was smiling!
Yeah. Trying to smile and eat at the same time.
You missed the introduction of 2 plot
No,
critical OCs.
no, I heard because I have a wireless headset.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Now remember, audience, for an authentic feeling of actually being part of this, you need to smile for the duration of this entire stream. I need you to smile. Guys, why aren't you smiling? Smile.
Believe in a smiling God.
I hope me mashing my mouth into the microphone was worth it for you all.
Very.
Did anyone get my Nightville reference?
No.
I feel so alone. Strex Corp, believe in a smiling God.
Oh. Okay. So where were? That's just how they were. Last paragraph of Crash's POV.
As the bell rang, signaling the start of the 6th period, Crash and Tana both got up. Crash walked Tana to class. They shared a quick kiss before she disappeared into her class, smiling. Crash went to his. Pasadena POV at the school. Pasadena entered the cheerleading locker room and smiled. Despite Tana being the captain, cheerleading was Pasadena's favorite part of the day. She opened her locker and changed into a uniform. She turned and found herself face to face with Tana, and the captain was not happy.
Listen here, you little slut. Crash is mine. He has been since 8th grade. Since 8th grade. So stay away from him or you're dead.
Tana said, clearly passed off, and she wasn't smiling.
What?
Pasadena asked, clearly confused.
I saw you two at lunch. You're obviously trying to steal him from me, and I can't let that happen.
Tana said, then she calmly walked away, still not smiling.
Oh shit.
Oh, hi,
Yes.
hi, Haven. Pasadena sat down and thought about Tana's threat for a minute. Would she really kill Pasadena over this? And she wasn't even trying to steal Crash from Tana. She knew she had no chance from the start. Pasadena was no longer in a cheering mood. She left the locker room and walked home. Tana had irritated Pasadena before. She had annoyed Pasadena. She had even upset Pasadena. But for the first time, Tana had caused Pasadena to be scared. Scared for her life. Alright, Han, let me check something.
Hey, Haven.
There.
Pasadena Opossum, how many games were you in?
Pretty sure her
I
first
don't
one
even
was...
remember the name.
2. Alright, yeah. Pasadena has reason to be concerned because she's only been in 2 games. And they're both the racing games. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she was introduced in
Crash
tag team
racing
racing.
game.
And she was in Crash Team Racer Nitro Fuel, and that's
Yep.
the last time she showed up.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
So,
Oh, okay, so that's that person. Oh, that original sprite though. Yikes.
Wait, what are you talking about? What original sprite?
Tana. Tana's
Yeah.
Crash 1 sprite.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Her and I love that the Crash 1 and then the CBB like are just give you whiplash, and then you look at the next one and she just looks like a strong independent woman, and then you look at the Tana from It's About Time and she just looks like a fucking punk lesbian badass.
Yeah. I love the new version. I'm just like, oh, that looks amazing.
Oh, I found a really great image.
Battery low.
Oh yeah, you did? Did you?
Yeah.
Oh right,
so
Han,
that's-
I gotta read the author's note. I know.
yeah.
Scat for life! There we go. So I hope you guys liked it. Next chapter up as soon as possible. WWE Wars will probably be updated first though. There we go.
Okay, well, Pasadena looks actually looks cute.
Yeah.
Heck.
Oh.
Choke the bitch.
Huh.
Yeah, I found a really fantastic image.
That is yeah, that is pretty fantastic. I scrolled down a little bit, and I'm not gonna scroll down any further because I don't have safe search on.
Crash of the Titans.
Yeah, that was certainly a game. I also love how Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, basically denounces every game that came after the third one.
Yep, pretty much.
I remember I played Warped and Wrath of Cortex when I was a kid.
Yeah, no,
I
4
don't
legit.
remember-
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, I was like, I don't remember playing Cortex Strikes Back or anything like that.
Yeah. The fourth one legit has a line in it basically saying, "Weren't there other things that happened between then and now?" And the character's like, "No."
How
Oh
many
god,
times have
Crunch
you beaten?
Bandicoot is just Knuckles.
How many times have you beaten this guy? 3. Really? Only 3?
Yeah.
Huh? Seems like
God.
more.
Crunch is just Knuckles.
Yeah. Crunch is just Knuckles. All right. So we've been going for 2 hours. You
Yeah.
guys good for another chapter?
Yeah.
And now we have Haven, so we have even more voices to throw in.
Oh no.
Yep.
Damn it, I've been subject to torture.
And yet you keep coming back.
That's fair. Which chapter are we on?
Chapter 5, titled Chapter 4.
Okay.
That isn't confusing.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
guys, here's another chapter. It's about time, right?
Oh, irony. You hurt sometimes.
Wow. Oh, no. Nat does have a choice. Nat does have a choice. I've explicitly told her that she has a choice. Popcorn, tell them I gave you the choice.
Yeah, he did.
Sound more sure of yourself, damn it!
Hang on. Let me let.
Yeah, it's just, I was feeling up to it today.
Yeah. I am not holding them at gunpoint. Shut up, Swift.
I choose to be here of my own volition.
Say it like you mean it.
I did that. What I mean.
Say it like you mean it.
I choose to be.
That's better.
Sneezed.
All right. Where was it? Oh, yeah. First, I just want to say a few things. Firstly, thanks for all the continued support. If you guys enjoy the story, tell your friends. They won't be your friends for long, but tell them anyway. Also, a major change. The story is now rated M. I asked on a poll if I should up the rating, and 100% of people said yes. Some of the things I was planning on implementing will not be implemented because of this. This story will now take on a much more serious tone. There will still be humor, romance, and all the good stuff, though. I've also made some major decisions. This story is at just over 800 views. I have decided that if after I get 1,000 views and get the first chapter of This Is WWE up, I will be doing a one-shot. I haven't decided the details yet. Also, once I get up to 1,500 views, there'll be a guaranteed sequel. Once I get 2,000 views, I will begin planning the sequel. You guys also seem to like the different POVs, so I'll continue doing that. I think I've helped you up. I think I've helped you up for long enough. So without further ado, how many views has this gotten? No, it doesn't say.
Swift, come on, please.
Dude, I don't have to sink your ship. It's already sailing. Like, dude, like, the ship is already sailing. You won. Alright, Coco's POV, taking place directly after the end of last chapter, aka after school. Coco was walking home, followed by Spyro, out spending the night. There had been no track practice because the coach was sick. Just sick. From not smiling. You get sick when you don't smile, kids.
What? No, I didn't shoot the coach. What are you talking about?
In reality, she was probably at home with a new boyfriend, getting fucked. Nothing was said as Coco and Spyro walked. This is strange, as they always talked. Coco tried several times to start a conversation, failing each time. She began to notice Spyro was acting weird. Coco stared into oblivion!
Oh. Sorry. Actually, since I'm Pasadena,
Oh, yeah.
Want me to be Coco?
Yeah, be Coco.
Hang on, let me listen to her voice clip for a sec.
do you remember Jimmy Neutron?
Got it, blast!
Just be Jimmy Neutron.
Alright. Spyro, are you alright? You're acting kind of strange.
Coco asked, looking over to her best friend.
Yeah, of course.
Spyro said, glancing at Coco nervously, and changed his mind.
Actually, there is something that I wanted to ask you. I was wondering if you, do you want to maybe go to the winter dance with me?
You do know I ride a tiger, right?
Coco stared at him, and replied.
Well, yeah, we're best friends. And if you remember, we were already planning to go.
Spyro began to look even more nervous.
I kind of meant as more than a friend. You know, like as a couple.
Coco looked down at her feet, not wanting to tell him that she was a lesbian.
Well, you see, I kinda, well, we're kinda just friends, Spyro.
She sighed as she saw Spyro's dick get smaller. The friend zone fully falling down on him. His masculinity threatened.
Alright, look, just give me some time to think, okay?
She said, hoping to cheer him up. Spyro's POV.
After all, if he doesn't smile, he'll die.
Speaking of,
Alright, take all the time you need.
Spyro said, put on a fake smile.
Oh, wow!
No, I think you mean whoa.
Whoa!
I can't do the crack. Whoa.
Whoa! Whoa!
I can just barely do Coco's voice, okay?
Spyro had recently realized that for a long time he'd been in love with Coco and had the courage to admit it. He was hoping she'd say yes, because now, if she said no, Spyro would have to face the pain of rejection for the girl he loved. But she said yes, Spyro would never know if she really loved him back, because at first she had said no.
Hey, you know, I think I'll just go to my place tonight. I'll spend the night some other night.
Spyro said, his dick still shriveling into his slit.
Spyro, you don't have to.
Coco started.
No, it's fine. I'll see you at school tomorrow.
Spyro replied, turning around. As he walked away, Spyro glanced back at Coco, realizing it would forever be an incel. Tana's POV, about 9 p.m.
Oh, it's the hoe.
Tana lay... Wrong voice. Tana lay on a bed thinking how many things. Her mind strayed to her boyfriend, Crash. She knew she hadn't treated him as well as she should have as of late. She had just gotten so clogged up in upholding her reputation. Saying Crash to Pasadena at lunch earlier made her realize that she would go to any lengths to keep her boyfriend. She loved him, despite what others though. She was not using Crash for popularity. Being cheer captain automatically gave her popularity, but Tana now knew that she would trade all of the popularity in the world just to keep a boyfriend. And after much though, Tana had decided what she needed to do to keep a boyfriend. She needed to kill Pasadena. I keep her away from him. Smile! Crash's POV, about 9 p.m. Crash was... I keep on going to the wrong voice! Crash was sitting on the couch, watching TV. He was the only one in the house currently awake. Coco had come home in tears and gone to bed immediately. Crunch was at a friend's house, and consequential to the plot. Aku was working the night shift at the mask factory. It was very confusing. Crash wasn't really paying attention to the movie. He was thinking about his relationship with Tanya. He realized that the relationship was only going downhill, and there was really nothing left to do. It was time for him to kill Tana.
Everyone just goes to murder.
Pasadena was sitting on her bed crying. She had gotten a text from Tana. It said, "Hey, slut!"
Hey.
Wait, no, keep in mind, this is non-quotations. This is clearly an author's note.
Oh.
Hey, slut, stay away from my BF, you're kicked from the cheer team! Pasadena had never had the intention of stealing Crash. She believed she had no chance of breaking up. A 6th year just wanted to be friends with Crash, but Tana apparently thought otherwise. Pasadena's choice is clear: Crash or Cheer, and Pasadena's decision was easily made. Cheer was the most important thing to Pasadena, but just because it was an easy decision didn't mean the result would be easy. Hey guys! Wrong nap. Hey guys, I hope you liked it. A lot happened in this chapter. I'll be putting up a new poll on my profile, so be sure to check.
Whew.
Alright.
Is there gonna be a school shooting in this thing?
Let me check something real quick. Okay,
As long as everybody keeps the nitro boxes away.
so here's the deal, guys. This is technically 8 chapters. Chapter 9 is just an announcement. So with that in mind, I think this is a good place to pause.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're halfway through, and Haven got to come in for a very short period of time. Yeah, I'm just being cheeky. Don't worry about Haven. So, again, before we finish for the night, and before my voice permanently turns into Christopher Walken, have we learned anything else? Like, are there any other notes that we could take away from this?
Well, I would definitely say, even though this could obviously be improved in both concept and execution, it seems like the fact that it was written is, like, valuable. It has its place. It was practice for the author, especially based on the way they were testing out, like, the different POV thing. It seems like they were experimenting as a young author just beginning in the craft. And so I think that the time spent on this was not wasted. Even if the end result is suboptimal, everything is when you're first starting an artistic endeavor.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Like don't get me wrong, it is a little shit, but in terms of compared to the other stuff, like this is actually better than Sonic High School.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, like especially compared to the other types of stuff we read, this is one of the ones where I can see the most that this is someone coming in and practicing with writing for the first time. Obviously, probably having done a lot of roleplay before, but practicing it as a craft for the first time and experimenting with different ways to write.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that if none of these characters are Crash characters, and randomly Spyro, um, this I actually think that the use of Crash characters kind of takes away from the end result, because
Yeah.
you're left asking, why are you using these characters? You don't do anything with them that stems from the franchise.
Yeah.
Yes, Swift. There's no mention of Crash's infected balls.
Also, I can see why the reason Spyro is in the thing.
Oh yeah, like the reason why he's in is because he's been in a few games and the author liked him. Which is, it's not like yeah, it's just like all the characters here just feels random. Again, it feels like the unnecessary Total Drama Island toddler reboot.
Oh god.
Yep.
But
the difference with this, though, I think, is that using it to get an audience makes a lot of sense for someone who's just beginning as, like, a defensible move. Because when they're just beginning, feedback is more important than any other time. And clearly they're getting a lot of feedback here, both positive reinforcement to encourage them to continue practicing the craft, and also, having not looked at the comments, I would assume there's also some constructive criticism there.
Let's look at the review section. I love your stuff. Please fuck my feet. From chapter 11, then Crash blew his load in my mouth. Well,
okay, well, maybe not then.
Well, this video just became not safe for adults. I mean, children, but also adults.
Well then.
Well, I tried to have a positive outlook.
Did somebody put a mini fanfic inside of the reviews?
Yeah, looks like.
Oh my god, they did. The teacher is spanking Bandicoot.
Well, that was a terrible moment for a technical difficulty.
Indeed.
Alright. Yeah, it looks like, it does look like they're really, like, the original comments were people really liking it, but at the same time, I'm not sure if how many of these were sincere.
Oh yeah. You can never know.
I hope that this person did continue writing, because based on just the early learning steps here, it seemed like they had a lot of potential. Like, it seemed like they were passionate about becoming a writer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I do remember that they had an account on a different fanfic site. I don't remember what it was called, though. Wait, really? That one of their favorite movies is Mars Needs Moms.
Ugh.
I liked it when I was a kid. I wouldn't
Yeah,
be
I
surprised.
haven't watched it since. I watched it once, that was it.
Yeah, I mean, considering when this fic came out, it would make sense that when they were actually, like, actively using this account, it would make sense that they would be young enough to not see the creepiness of it, because I know I really enjoyed it when it came out.
Alright.
It probably would not still be a favorite, and even if it was, it's defensible because it was a technically interesting movie, even if the end result was not that great.
Yeah, I will agree with this. This is a little dull, but I seem to remember that this gets a little weird later in.
Yeah.
So let's wrap this up. So
All
again, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. I'd like to thank Ginger and Popcorn for being here pretty early in, and Haven. I'd like to thank you for coming in despite how late in we were, and that is an insult. Like I'm always happy to see people come in here.
We have fun.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
we have fun here, mostly. I'd like to thank all the audience for coming out, and I will see you all next week on Monday. Anyone have anything they want to plug, or just say hi or bye, or is everyone good?
Yeah.
I love everyone that joins the streams. I love you all.
Okay. Have a good night, everyone, and don't do anything stupid. Good night, good night, good night. Oh, wait, actually, you know what? Before I shut down, is there...
kids, drugs.
No, there's...
Be gay, do crimes.
Commit arson.
You know what? I'm gonna raid someone. We're gonna raid Fishy Cakes.
Don't forget to actually close the stream after the
Yeah,
raid.
yeah.
I just want to make sure you don't forget.
Alright, so everyone, thanks for coming out, and I'll see you next time. Good night, good night, good night.
Later.